Okay? Okay, so you didn't really know that going in, did you, that it was going to be work? Were we lied to? Yeah, otherwise we'd never do it, right?
We want to be like Heavenly Father. And that's,
So we wanted to be like Heavenly Father?
that's the number.
Okay. It's an interesting question. What do you hope to gain out of this relationship? Have you ever thought about that, just in those terms? Here I am with this person side by side every day. What am I in this for? What do I hope to get? How many of you have heard this term before? My needs are not being met. How many times a day? You hear this one a lot? Do you hear this at work? You see it every time you watch Oprah or Montel or, my needs are not being met. Isn't this the number one excuse for infidelity? My needs are not being met. We've all heard that. All right, relationship truth time. You will never get what you need out of a relationship by focusing on what you need out of a relationship. Very important truth here. You can't do it. You cannot do it. Have you seen this before? I don't know why I'm fixated on the whole pendulum thing. I don't know what it is. Okay. I've divided the pendulum a little bit differently now. I've got your needs and I've got your spouse's needs. Okay? I'm going to hypnotize you again, kind of soak in this concept. If you serve your spouse, and your spouse will serve you. Serve yourself, and your spouse will serve his or herself. Plain and simple. You cannot get what you want out of marriage by serving yourself. It's impossible. You can't do it. You have to kick that pendulum towards the other side. And you hope it'll come back. If you throw it over there and you're waiting for it, come on, and it doesn't come, you maybe have other issues. But how many people, when they say, my needs have not been met, who are they talking about? They're singing the me's, right? My needs have not been met. Have you ever heard anybody say, gosh, I'm just not meeting my wife's needs. I'm just really not doing that. That's why we're getting a divorce. I'm not meeting her needs. Nobody says that, right? All right, I want a quick test. I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Husbands, how can you serve your spouse? How can you push the pendulum towards her side? I need some answers. Putting you on the spot, yes.
Help with the kids when I come home.
Help with the kids when you get home. Very good. What else?
I think the first thing you got to do is figure out exactly what her needs are. Because I may do something I think would be helpful to her, and she looks at it and says, that wasn't what I needed.
Okay. So, communicate, ask?
Yeah.
You're a wild man.
I knew
What are your needs?
I knew my answer because she told me.
Oh, see? Very good. Okay, give me something else. I want specifics. What can you do to push the pendulum towards your wife? Listen. You're a real wild man. Okay? What else? Get more specific. I want specifics. Yes? We know why you're here, husbands. We know what's going on. Yeah. You don't have to make excuses. All right, what else? Yes.
Some evenings, after we get the kids to bed, we get pretty wild and crazy, and we have what we call folding parties, where 5 loads of laundry that are out. We just get crazy and we fold it.
How many wives just melted? Oh, how?
It's pretty wild.
All right, let's not get too specific. This is a family operation here. Yes.
There's this book out there called Porn for Women. You guys heard about this book? And it shows these really looking men dressed up in their vacuuming. The laundry.
Yeah.
That's the Porn for Women.
All right, husbands, if you're smart, every one of you should have had your hand up already with something. I'm giving you a chance here. I'm throwing you a bone. This is what I call an opportunity. Anything else? Yes.
Recognition.
Recognition. Very good.
Recognizing what they're doing.
Okay.
Simple compliment, thank you.
Absolutely. Kind of not the assumption that you're just doing what you're expected to do. Yes. Did you have something over there? Yes.
Be spontaneous in trying to help.
Okay.
And then find out afterwards if it did help or not.
Okay. Very good. Be spontaneous in how you help. Yes.
I think following through on commitments you make.
Did you ever catch that? He said following through on commitments, and she put her arm around him and now loves him. Yes.
There's chores that need to be done, and everybody has specific chores that they hate.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, even those chores,
Yes.
even though
For my wife, it's the dishes, right? It's the dishes. I know that. It's the dishes. Okay? Anything else? Yes. Okay. All right. Let me ask you this, wives. If you could have your husband show up to the door with flowers, or walk in and he's doing the dishes without being asked, which one would you rather have? All for dishes? I'm not saying those other things aren't important. They are. But after the dishes. Very good. All right, so let's ask the question, wives. How did your husbands do? What are they missing? Did they do all right? Respect.
For what you're trying to do.
For what you're trying to do, okay? What else, wives? What did they miss? They do all right?
Non-sexual contact, hugs.
Okay, for some, and that's the thing. Everyone's a little different.
Everybody's different.
That goes back to the listening and communicating. Actually, asking the question, how can I push that pendulum in your direction? What can I do for you? And then when they say, well, you could do this and this and this, you go, okay, all right, if I have to, right? That doesn't work, husbands. It doesn't work. All right? Let's flip it. This one's going to be a little bit easier. Wives, how can you push the pendulum toward your husband?
Sexual contact.
Okay? Can we get one more answer? What? Good food, okay? All right? Ah, very good. Ask about their day at work. Show some interest. Okay? What else? What? Foot rubs? If you like that kind of thing. Hon, do I like foot rubs? Ew. Ew. But she loves them. And ask her if she wants to touch my feet. Ew. Ew. Yes. Okay, help with the yard work. See, that yard's mine. Don't touch my yard. Anything else? Yes.
Maybe if I've asked him to do something and he doesn't do it or forgets, maybe I should just do it and not resent him and, not nag.
Okay. How do you guys feel about that word nag?
I would nag if you just did it the first time.
Did everybody hear that? She wouldn't nag if he just did it the first time. Wow.
That's gonna hurt.
See, no. Husbands can have consequences too. It's a little different. Wives, you all know there's consequences. This pendulum swings that way. You know which way you know where your leverage is. I know what's going on. Okay, what else? Husbands, yes.
I've tried, and maybe I do sometimes, but like when you come from work, I don't want to dump the kids or dump the problems of the day or just, that's just that.
Yeah.
You come in and just get hit with all that.
Yeah, but it is, that if you're a stay-at-home mom, it's nice to get some relief from your husband when they come home too. So there's a balance there, right? It's a very delicate balance. Because, you've had, unless you're in talk radio, you've had a really hard day, right? I just sat around and talked all day, right? For those of you that have real jobs, you come home and you've had a tough day. And do you have nags at work? How many of you work with nags? There are nags at work. Okay, so you get that all day, and how many have you seen the? Oh, I wish I had the video. I just thought of it. The commercial with the referee